Welcome to today's deep dive, the Vietnam War, one of the most controversial and defining conflicts of the 20th century. What was it really about? Where did it unfold? When did it happen? Why was it fought? And who were the key players? Today, we'll answer these questions and explore how the war shaped modern history. The Vietnam War was a conflict that pitted North Vietnam and its communist allies against South Vietnam and its main backer, the United States. It wasn't just a war for territory, it was a struggle between two ideologies: communism and capitalism, authoritarianism and democracy. For the Vietnamese people, it was also a war of independence and national unification. Most of the fighting happened in Vietnam itself. Jungle battlefields, villages, rice paddies, and cities like Saigon and Hue. But the war also spilled over into neighboring countries. Laos and Cambodia became crucial battlegrounds as the Ho Chi Minh Trail snaked through their territories, allowing North Vietnam to supply its forces. The roots of the conflict stretch back to World War II, when Vietnam sought independence from French colonial rule. After the First Indochina War, Vietnam was divided in 1954. The Vietnam War itself lasted from the late 1950s until 1975, with U.S. combat troops heavily involved from 1965 to 1973. It ended on April 30th, 1975, when Saigon fell to North Vietnamese forces, uniting the country under communist rule. Why did this war erupt and escalate into one of the bloodiest conflicts of the 20th century? For North Vietnam, it was about unifying the country under communist rule. For South Vietnam, it was survival against that vision. For the United States, it was about stopping the spread of communism, what they called the domino theory. The Cold War rivalry made Vietnam the stage for a global ideological battle. But deeper than politics, the war reflected a clash of cultures, ambitions, and the sheer will of a people fighting for self-determination. The war involved a vast cast of players. North Vietnam, led by Ho Chi Minh, backed by the Soviet Union and China. South Vietnam, led by President Ngo Dinh Diem, until his assassination in 1963, and later other leaders, supported by the US and allies like South Korea, Australia, and Thailand. The United States, Presidents Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, all escalated or shifted US involvement. The Viet Cong, guerrilla fighters in the South, blending into villages and striking unpredictably. And of course, the Vietnamese civilians, millions caught in the crossfire, enduring bombings, displacement, and loss. The Vietnam War ended with US withdrawal and the fall of Saigon in 1975, but its legacy endures. More than 58,000 Americans and an estimated 2-3 million Vietnamese died. The war left scars on Vietnam's land and people, but also shaped its modern identity. For the US, it was a turning point, raising questions about military power, foreign policy, and public trust. Today, Vietnam stands as a unified nation, and the war serves as a stark reminder of the costs of conflict, the complexities of ideology, and the resilience of human spirit. Fade to black with on-screen text. The Vietnam War, 1955 to 1975, lessons never forgotten.